Blocking Reddit in the morning has boosted my productivity. Swap Reddit for any social media you can think of, be it Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Substack, Schmack. Now, I'm not a big believer in being productive for the sake of being productive, toxic productivity. But by productivity, I mean doing things that you want to do and having the mental clarity to do things that you set your mind out to do. I was always a Redditor. What I like about the site is that it's very reminiscent of old school forums mixed with a combination of memes, thoughtful posts, and shit posts, and all that together is aggregated into different subreddits that you can go and look at different topics that pique your interest. Reddit is like a smorgasbord of all these different things that you can look at. When I found that looking at it in the morning didn't help, with a lot of social media nowadays, it's a lot of different information coming into your brain at the same time. You know, you read one post, then it's like a shit post, then it's like a thoughtful post, then it's a meme, then it's this and then it's that. It's very disorganized. Twitter is like random thoughts just coming at you and coming at you and coming at you. And you don't have the space to think your own thoughts and have that sort of like through line of clarity with speech and with thought. In the morning, I replaced my Reddit habit with journaling and reading. I find that reading long form content, by that I mean books.
Take a look, it's in a book, a reading rainbow.
Really helps you formulate your thoughts rather than having the scattered mishmash of random thing here and random thing there. And even though my thoughts are still kind of scattered and random, through doing this practice, I find that throughout the day, I just feel better. I have more mental clarity. I'm able to brain breathe. Let's put it like that. By blocking these distracting sites throughout the day, I'm able to focus on the things that I actually want to do and things that make me feel actually fulfilled. That way later, when I actually go on the sites, it feels more rewarding to me and I'm less incentivized to like continue to loop back to them over and over again. It doesn't drain your energy the first thing in the day. You have more energy to do other things. If you're familiar with the rest of my content, I've spoken about this before. I use a program called Cold Turkey that has custom filters to basically block a lot of social media and give me access to certain parts of certain websites that I would need for research or to update my YouTube stuff. You have to take stock of what you actually need throughout the day and then block that. So for me, I think to myself, I'm like, oh, I don't need to read Substack all day. Oh, I don't need to be on Reddit all day. Oh, I don't need to scroll through Twitter all day. These are things that don't actually fulfill me and don't actually make me feel good. Instead of lazily looping back to a website, you know, just read a book. When I'm not distracted by social media, I find I'm reading more, I'm writing more, I'm absorbing more information, I'm thinking about it more deeply. There's more clarity of thoughts. Being able to actually focus on my work and get it done rather than like context switch between all these different apps all the time. I do think that the morning is a key part of your day and it sets the tone for how the rest of your day is going to go. So little things that have helped me, and I've spoken about before, is just like keeping my phone in the other room, not having apps on my phone when I get to the computer, just to make it a productive work environment that's not filled to the brim with distractions. Of course, this helps because I'm directed by goals that I want to achieve and not trying to avoid painful emotions. A lot of times with social media, it's you trying to cope with painful emotions or being uncomfortable. For me, when I'm working on a project and I encounter a difficult moment, I'm always tempted to kind of like switch back to either Reddit or Twitter or like scroll for a bit just because I'm like, ugh, I don't want to like deal with like, you know, this edit or like thinking about it. So, you know, I context switch and the work just doesn't get done or I procrastinate and da-da-da. Meanwhile, I know that the work will get done when it gets done. And if I do it, then you'll do it. Once you cut it off and you say, I'm not going to be on Reddit or social media for the rest of the day, it frees up your mind to focus on other things because you know that you don't have that distraction and you don't have that escapism. And you have to deal with and confront those uncomfortable feelings that you were avoiding the entire time. So for me, it was basically this. It was making videos for my second channel and getting into the process of reading more and writing more and being able to create and generate more ideas. Because you think to yourself, you're like, oh, I need Reddit, I need social media to kind of like generate these ideas, see what the culture is talking about, see what everyone is talking about, so I know kind of like what it is people want to hear about. But the trade-off of that is that you need the space in order to be yourself, in order to develop your own ideas and your own sense of self. Because when you're just drowning yourself in other people's opinions, you don't get a sense of who you actually are and what you actually stand for. You just, instead of thinking for yourself, you're just letting the thoughts of other people wash over you and numb out whatever it is you're dealing with. Everything would just go in one ear and out the other ear. There's all kind of like this blur of entertainment and information and data. And that just, it doesn't help. I think that you can become a better person if you're working towards things that fulfill you and give value back to the world. You may be the kind of person who just likes to consume stuff and be entertained by it, and that's fine. But if you are of a certain disposition where you feel like you could achieve more or you want to do more, there's always that little itch at the back of your mind that you should be doing something more, and you kind of have to scratch it just a bit. And you can't keep avoiding that feeling for long, otherwise you will betray yourself. I think it's about finding a good balance within your life where you are able to achieve the things that you want to achieve, that you're able to do the things that you want to do. Because nowadays there are so many distractions. There are so many things that can occupy your mind. This might be occupying your mind right now. You might just enjoy listening to me talk, in which case, thank you. I love you. And I do think that there's value in that, but there's also value in being able to think your own thoughts and feel your own feelings and not be distracted all the time. A lot of the days I look back to what I encountered on social media, and I don't really remember it. It's all kind of like a blur of entertainment. So I think it's important for you to develop the space between you and everything else so that you're able to interact with it in a healthy way and you're able to interact with the world in a better way. If I hadn't blocked Reddit throughout the day, or if I hadn't blocked social media throughout the day, I wouldn't be doing this. I wouldn't be, dedicating like half an hour just to film myself in front of a camera, because that half an hour would just have gone towards scrolling. If I'm being honest, right now, this is very uncomfortable for me because I feel like I'm stumbling over my words and I'm not very careful with what I'm saying. I'm not used to this. But I knew this is something I wanted to do, and that is something I could not put off any longer. Otherwise, I would be betraying my sense of self and my potential. And this is the kind of energy I want for you and I want for everybody. We get so wrapped up in our own minds, and our own thoughts, and our own demons. And social media is a great escape for you to distract yourself from that. But you owe it to yourself to try. Because if you never try, you never know. I think that's a song. But if you never try, you'll never know. Something, got to go. Eat the flow, eat the flow, eat the flow. Oh, it's Coldplay. Damn. So yeah, I know I've spoken about like blocking social media a long time. Typically at certain points, I will go back to it in the morning. I will, fall off my good habits. Nobody's perfect. You're not perfect. Don't beat yourself up for it. But every time I come back to like actually, focusing on things I want to do and putting off all the distractions, I feel way better about myself, and I feel like I'm fulfilling some purpose, some grander design that I know I'm capable of doing. And that's what I want for you and everyone. Because if I can do it, you can do it. And if you can do it, we all can do it. And if we all can do it, we'll do it. Yeah.
Nothing gets to you, staying fresh, staying cool, with Mentos fresh and full of life. Fresh goes better. Mentos freshness. Fresh goes better with Mentos fresh and full of life.
Mentos, the fresh maker.